Hey, everybody, and welcome back to Jerseys with Josh. So glad you could join us. This channel, as you know, is dedicated to all things related to NHL game-worn jerseys. And today, we are talking about scams and steps that you can take to avoid them. Unfortunately, the hobby we love, game-worn jerseys, and really across all sports, is one that, unfortunately, bad actors sometimes choose to target. So in this video, I'll cover some of the scams that I've seen over the years, and we'll talk through some of the things that you can do to protect yourself. It's really not foolproof, so this isn't legal or financial advice, but I want to share with you what I know and what I've learned from others to help you enjoy the hobby. So please do take a moment and subscribe if you haven't already. I'd like to stop and give a huge thank you to all subscribers on the channel so far. We're at 66. Really means a ton every time I see someone's name pop up. So thank you so much. And with that, let's go ahead and dive in. All right, we're going to start things off with what I like to call the ISO scam. So this is where you post in search of, you're looking for a specific player or a team or a patch or, again, something specific. And a bad actor then goes out to find pictures of either live jersey listings or older listings. And once they find the pictures, they then reach out to you and they say, hey, you know what? I've got one of those. And they send you the pictures of the jersey that isn't really theirs. So how do you combat this scam? In my opinion, the best thing you can do is to know what's out there. If you're looking for a specific player, before you go solicit the public with an ISO post or a Facebook group, scour the internet. Check eBay, check classic auctions and past auction results, check gamewornauctions.net, same thing. Check MyGray and Kijiji and search within Facebook groups. If you're really into specializing your collection for a specific item, you should have that time to spend to really look around and know what's out there. Another thing you can do in the Facebook groups is to post a show me what you got post. Say, hey, I'm really looking for jerseys of Curtis Joseph. Show me what you've got. And sometimes folks will share what they have, and then you'll know what's out there. Even if they're not selling, down the road, maybe they will, but you'll know that they have one of the jerseys. So it'll help you really get a sense of the jerseys that are out there in the world. Okay, scam number 2 is fake jerseys. And this example is incredibly obvious, but there are ones out there that aren't so easy to tell. So for example, sometimes bad actors will take a real jersey, a real game issued jersey, or one with really light wear or even no wear, strip the name and number off and replace it with the information from a more prominent player and name bar and numbers, etc. And if you don't have the luxury of being able to check against the MyGray population report or another method, it can be a lot harder to tell. So how can you beat scam number 2? There are a couple things you can do. First, it's really easy to cross-reference the tag if it's a MyGray group jersey. So it's super easy. You can Google MyGray population report. Once you get there, you click on the year, search the tag, boom. Does it match? If yes, then it's a step in the right direction. If it's the wrong year or a wrong player, that is a major red flag. But what if it's not a MyGray group jersey? For example, my favorite team, the Buffalo Sabres, the Montreal Canadiens, they have their own tagging and systems. And friends of mine have had luck sending them a nice polite email. Hey, I've got this jersey. This is the tag number. Can you help me? And a lot of times it may take them a bit to respond, but a lot of times they are able to help out. But do keep in mind that even teams make mistakes as they're tagging. So even that isn't completely foolproof. Another thing that you can do is photo matching in advance. And if you're not sure what photo matching is, check out the video I'll link above for a masterclass on it by Mike Engel. But for example, what you see on the screen is a Marty B. Ron jersey. It's in my collection. I'm pretty sure I've lost the letter of authenticity along the way. I've moved 4 or 5 times since I bought it when I was in college. And let's say you were considering buying this jersey from me. What you could do is head over to Getty Images and try and match the photos that I've shared with you to gain more confidence. So keep in mind, not having a letter of authenticity does not mean a jersey is fake, just as much as having one doesn't necessarily mean that it's real. There are a lot of pieces that go into it. So if you can find some conclusive photo matching evidence before you buy the jersey, that can help signal that you're moving in the right direction. But you will want to keep in mind the next scam. Scam number 3 is fake wear. Take a look at the Stefan Fassé jersey. It's an authentic jersey that I used to own, and I added the wear on here using the paint tool on Microsoft Paint. So pretty basic, but some people will go so far as to take game photos from Getty Images and try and replicate the wear that they see on a jersey that they know is not real. So use common sense. As we'd say in the hobby, a one-game wonder is not going to be hammered. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, check out this link for top terms in the hobby. But in other words, you wouldn't see a ton of puck marks or board burns or repairs on a jersey that's only been used in one game. So bad actors may add wear to try and dupe people into thinking the jersey was more heavily worn or used than it actually was to try and increase its value. So how can you beat scam number 3? This can actually be a really tough one, but there are some tricks. First of all, know your wear. Generally, if there's heavy wear on the outside of the jersey, then there should be heavy wear on the inside of the jersey too, right? So here you can see that this particular jersey has heavy interior wear from use, and that would be consistent with a jersey that's been in service for a while. And thanks to Hunter for sharing this pic of the jersey shown here. Another thing that you can do is ask for additional pictures. So if a scammer is sending you photos of jersey, hey, I've got this for sale, ask for additional pictures. Oh, can you send this angle or that angle or a really specific part of the jersey? If they don't have it, it'll be impossible for them to send you the additional pictures. All right, scam number 4 is the dreaded shipping delay scam. And here you're already out either your money or a jersey that you've intended to trade, and you're waiting for the shipping info to come through. Now, I will say this, life does happen, and I've worked through trades where something did come up with a trade partner and it took a little extra time. So keep that in mind. We're all human. Little delays can definitely happen, but there should be lots of communication along the way. But in the instance of this scam, one of two things is likely to happen. First, either you're going to start getting excuses from the bad actor that something's come up, they can't get to the post office, could be an illness, a family issue, anything really. The truth is they probably never had that jersey to begin with. Or the second thing that could happen, they start ghosting you entirely. They get your jersey or they get your money, and that's the end of the line as far as communication goes. So how can you beat scam number 4? Well, there's a couple things you can do here. First, you can vet the seller. You can do that by asking for references. A lot of us in the hobby have done deals with one another, and we can vouch for each other. And it's a little tougher if they're new to the hobby, so that would mean kind of proceed with a little bit of caution. There's also the Bad Jersey Trader and Seller List group on Facebook. Thanks to that group for helping me build out this video. You can search the person's name in there and see if it shows up in a negative way. Another thing you can do is read between the lines when you're communicating with the seller. Does it seem like they know what they're talking about? Are they responsive? Are they willing to send you extra pictures and answer your questions? That's definitely an important piece. And then I'd say third, and perhaps most importantly, if you're going to pay, set it up so you have some protection if you can. But remember, none of this is foolproof. So many people will list a jersey for sale and request payment via PayPal, friends and family, or if you're paying through PayPal goods and services, they'll request that the buyer pay an extra 3 or 4% in fees. It may be a little bit of an extra cost to you, that 3 or 4%, but it will protect you if something goes wrong. That said, it is a seller's prerogative, and some really good sellers that I know will only accept things like money orders or bank checks or PayPal via family and friends. So it's up to you just to decide the level of risk you want to take. If you want to proceed that way, go ahead. Just know that there are always risks, and that's true of everything in life. So keep that in mind. I think all things considered, my biggest advice would be this: trust your gut. If something doesn't feel right in your gut, don't move forward with the deal. Listen to yourself. Don't let your deep desire for a certain jersey override multiple red flags. I promise another jersey will inevitably come up. I sure hope that none of you have been scammed before, but if you have, it'd be great to know. Please do leave a comment. That would really help others, help tell your story so that others can be protected as well. We can all learn from one another. Also, if there's any solutions to scams that I've missed, please do add them in the comments as well. So thank you so much, everybody. That'll do it for today, and enjoy the hobby.